The next 3 videos in this series are going to be about the 3 stages of marketing. The first stage, of course, is awareness, where you, quite frankly, make people aware that you exist and that you have something to tell them. And we're going to be talking about creating awareness of people you do know and of people you don't know. There's a big difference between the two with respect to what you're expecting and how you go about it. We'll get into that in a minute. The second step of marketing, of course, is evaluation, where the person that you have made aware that you have something to tell them goes to your social media posts and your website to check you out. And you got to pass that test, as I've said in previous videos. The final one, of course, is conversion, where you have them take your call to action, whatever it may be. So let's get on into this and really focus on awareness and what it takes to get this marketing ball rolling. Now, we're presuming in this video that you are all prepared for proceeding into a marketing program. So you've done all those things that we suggested that you do to your website to be ready for people to arrive there, and you've got the right messaging and the right content and the right pages all set up, ready to go, and you know they work. So if people go there, they're going to have a very pleasant experience with some very rich content done by you. You also have your social media platforms, whatever they might be, LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, whatever they are, that you've done your profiles there, and all of your content looks like you're alive and well and kicking, and it's all consistent with what you're all about. You're not mixing up personal contacts and personal communications with your business communications. This is all about business. So you're prepared. I'm not going to go repeat all of that. So let's start with people you know. And the most obvious thing to do is an email campaign. You're going to reach people through a very compelling email that you are announcing a new product, you got new features, you've got a special deal for them to purchase your product, you've got a special discount for purchasing your services, whatever it may be. You're going to reach people you know for 2 reasons. One is to let them know, and perhaps they're interested, or they may be interested in what you have to offer and want to take the next step in marketing for themselves. Or, probably more importantly, you want them to pass along your email to people that they know. In other words, you may get referrals by this from these people you know who forward your email to people you don't know, but they do know. And you're hoping and you're encouraging the people you know to pass it along and encourage them to contact you or take the action that you've talked about in this email campaign. So you've provided the links in this email that help get not only the person you know, but the people you don't know from where they are to where you want them to be via the URL that you give them in the email. So that's an email campaign. It's simple. It's straightforward. It's something you want to do regardless of whether or not the person you're sending it to is going to be a buyer or not. They could be great referral sources for you. So that's why you're doing this. Now, social posts can also be used to reach people you know. All your followers on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, everything else, whatever your channels are, you're going to reach out and post pretty much what you were talking about in your email, but in a slightly different form, and inform them the same way you did in your email. So it's also going to this very same people that you sent that email to, but you don't know what their preferences are and what they're going to look at first. So it would behoove you, doesn't cost you any money, just some time to create a social post on all the channels that you think are appropriate for generally the people you know. But this social post does the same thing as your email. It talks about what you have to offer and offers a link to probably your website to have them check you out. So just like we did in the email campaign, these social posts out to people you know, you want them to repost out to the people that they know. And they'll do that by simply reposting it or adding a comment or adding a like to your social post, which will then get sent to all of the people they know as well. And what you hope will come from that is a conversation from the people that they posted out to, reaching back to you and or the URL that you've given them that probably goes to some course of action you're going to talk about on your website. So just like with emails, you can use the social posts to get referrals as well. So you'll get referrals from email campaigns, and you'll get referrals through social posts. So that's working through people you know. The next is a whole lot harder. Reaching people directly that you don't know, not through email to people you know and social media posts to people you know. The first thing that comes to mind is search engine optimization. You should do this anyway. Your website should be search engine optimized for the search words that are most likely to be used by people that would need the services that you're going to provide or products you're trying to sell them. Without a doubt, pay the money. You probably don't know how to do this yourself. Most people don't. Pay the money to someone who really does know how to do this and have your website optimized. Now, this is going to start costing money. You're going to be doing advertising when you do these social posts. In order to reach directly people you don't know, you've got to put a mechanism in place to find people. In addition to the SEO work you're doing, you want to accelerate this perhaps. You want to reach people you don't know by advertising through certain demographics of these people, as well as geographic location, by simply boosting your posts with advertising campaigns you could do on Facebook, for example. That's pretty typical, as well as Google itself. So those are the two most popular platforms for advertising, but this is going to cost you a little bit of money. You can manage the amount of money you're spending, but you watch the analytics of these ads so that you make sure that you're getting your money's worth. You're reaching people you've never heard of, and through the advertisement and the content of the social post, you're going to give them a way to reach back to you, probably again through your website, or simply following you and messaging you within social media, in addition to possibly them emailing you directly, or them going directly to your website and checking you out. All of those paths you want to keep open for the result of your advertising campaigns. To support your social posts as well as your advertising campaigns, you want to perhaps think of some more rich content on your website in the form of blog articles that you publish maybe weekly or maybe more frequently if they're brief articles, or maybe they're monthly in terms of doing white papers and things like that. Whatever they are, they're relevant to your business, of course, but this form of content is delivered as a result of email campaigns as well as social posts to reach people you know and people you don't know. You can wrap advertising around a blog article as well. So strongly consider creating blog articles and blog content in order to support the marketing awareness campaigns and anything else you want them to be interested in your product line and the services that you offer. The most significant content you should consider is that video content. It's probably the most important form of content that you should be becoming more aware of and more proficient in providing in all these forms of marketing outreach. Video content, mainly of you talking, or someone equally as important to you in the company and equally as informative. Video content, short and sweet, minute, 2 minutes, tops 3. Content that you also can post in your email campaigns to people you know for them to refer it on to others, as well as your social campaigns, your social posts. Rich video content, a lot of it, and places that they could go to see more of it, perhaps in YouTube or Vimeo or any one of these other platforms that hold videos. But video content that in the most effective way portrays what you have to offer, and you've added the personality of your company mainly through you and what you say to them. I strongly urge you to have video content on your website. So that's awareness campaigns, the whole purpose of which is to get people to become aware by what you tell them of what you have to offer, and provides them a way for them to find out more about you, so that they go to your website or they go to other content that you're directing them to take the next step in marketing, which would be evaluation. As I said earlier, they're going to check you out next. But start by great awareness so they won't be turned off and not go to this next step that you want them to go to. This is very important. Awareness is a test. You need to pass it, and you need to have a good day too.